So you're a small law firm in Toronto. Maybe you're a solo practitioner, maybe you have a team of 5 or 10 attorneys max. You're brilliant at what you do, whether it's personal injury or family law or real estate closings. You give exceptional service for your clients, but online, you're a ghost, invisible. Day after day, you watch yourself get outmaneuvered and outranked by those massive full floor firms in the financial district. The ones with the seemingly bottomless marketing budgets and glossy, impersonal websites. You're doing everything the marketing blogs told you to do 5 years ago, but the phone just isn't ringing and your email inbox is empty. It feels like you're shouting into a void while your biggest competitors own the entire first page of Google. It's frustrating, it's demoralizing, and it feels like a game that's completely rigged against you. But I'm here to tell you that there's hope. Hi there, it's Adrian Newman from Numero Uno Web Solutions. And what if I told you that for many boutique law firms here in Toronto, the game has changed? And what if I told you there's a way to not just compete, but to actually dominate your specific Toronto neighborhood and have a flood of new qualified clients find you first? So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact AI and hyperlocal GEO steps you need to take in 2026 to become the go-to law firm in your part of the city, even if you're on a shoestring budget. Look, you can forget trying to outspend the big guys. We're going to outsmart them together. So let's get started. Okay, now before we get to the playbook, you need to understand why the ground has shifted so dramatically. The digital marketing world of 2026 is a completely different beast than it was even just a couple of years ago. And the reason can be summed up by 2 letters: AI. For 2 decades, the goal of SEO was simple. You get your website into one of those top 10 blue links on Google. More clicks meant more traffic, which meant more clients. Simple enough. But that era is over. Now, when a potential client in Toronto searches for legal help, they don't just get a list of links. They get a direct, synthesized answer generated by AI right at the very top of the page. And this is what we call an AI overview. Think about it. Someone in distress searches, what's the process for an uncontested divorce in Ontario? Instead of clicking through 5 different law firm websites, Google's AI gives them a summary right there. This has caused a seismic collapse in website traffic for businesses that just haven't adapted yet. And while numbers vary, some studies show that for searches with these AI summaries, the click-through rate to actual websites has plummeted. Let me say that again. That's a huge drop. Your perfectly crafted, top-ranking blog post might now get 0 clicks because AI has already scraped its content and handed it to the user. And this is where 2 new acronyms become the most important part of your marketing vocabulary for 2026. AEO and GEO. AEO stands for Answer Engine Optimization. This is the science of structuring your website's content so AI models see it as the most credible, clear, and direct answer to a person's question. It's not about ranking your page anymore. It's about getting your answer chosen. And GEO stands for Generative Engine Optimization. And this is the bigger picture. It's about optimizing your firm's entire digital footprint, your site, your Google business profile, your reviews, your lawyer bios, to be recognized by AI as a trustworthy authority in a specific field and location. GEO is about teaching the AI who you are, what you do, where you do it, and why you're the absolute best at it. For a Toronto law firm, this isn't a threat. It's the single greatest opportunity you've had in a decade. The big, slow-moving firms are still playing the old game of keywords and backlinks. You can leapfrog them by playing the new game of authority, clarity, and hyper-local focus. And this is how you're exactly going to do that. The first things first. I want you to forget about your old keyword ranking reports for a minute. In 2026, your most important metric is your AI visibility score. And in simple terms, when a potential client asks for an AI for help, does your firm even exist in its world? And here's how you're going to run this new audit. Go to the major AI platforms, ChatGPT, Google AI's Overview, Perplexity, whatever. Now I want you to act like a real client. Don't just type keywords. Ask real conversational questions. If you're a criminal defense lawyer in Scarborough, for example, you might ask, if I was charged with a DUI, what are my first steps and who is the best lawyer to call near me? Then look at the answer AI gives you. Does it mention your firm? Does it cite your website as a source? Or does it just point to the huge downtown firms and generic legal directories? Now, you need to do this for 10 different client questions across your main practice area. I want you to take this as your new baseline. Okay, so if you're not showing up, you're invisible where it matters most now. Okay, the second part of this audit is a foundational check that's more crucial than ever. Your local presence consistency. This is the bedrock of hyper-local GEO. This is your firm's NAP, which is name, address, and phone number, which needs to be identical across every corner of the internet. And I can't stress enough when I say the word identical, because that means your Google Business Profile, your website footer, your social media, legal directories like Canadian Law List and CBA must all match perfectly. Even a tiny discrepancy, like using the short form for street, like st dot on one platform and then the full word street on another, can confuse an AI and dilute your authority. To an AI, that consistency is huge, and it's a huge signal of trust. This is a simple yet critical fix you can make right away. This audit will give you a clear, unflinching look at where you really stand in the new AI-driven landscape. Okay, so step 2 is building topical authority hubs. Okay, so we just talked about step 1, which is your audit, making sure you get through everything and see if you're ranking anywhere. Now we need to go about building topical authority hubs. So the old SEO model was to churn out some one-off blog posts for every keyword you wanted. Toronto personal injury lawyer, car accident lawyer Toronto, slip and fall lawyer, yada, yada, yada. Well, that scattered approach just doesn't cut it anymore. In the world of GEO, you need to build topical authority, an established strategy that has become an absolute superpower. You don't want to be known for a keyword. You want to be known for a subject. This means creating what's called a content kingdom and not just isolated blog posts. And you do this by building pillar pages and topic clusters. I want you to think of it like a wheel. The pillar page is the hub, a massive, comprehensive guide to core practice areas. And then the spokes are shorter, more specific articles that all link back to that central pillar. So let's use Toronto Family Law Firm as a concrete example. Instead of writing 20 disconnected blog posts, you create one monster pillar page titled The Ultimate Guide to Divorce in Toronto, Ontario. This page would be thousands of words long, the single most helpful resource on the internet for this topic. It would cover everything from the grounds for divorce in Ontario and the filing process to spousal support, child custody, and dividing property. Then you build your cluster content, the spokes. These are more detailed articles on specific subtopics, like a deep dive into Ontario's spousal support advisory guidelines, navigating child custody arrangements in Toronto's court system, how is the matrimonial home treated in the Toronto divorce, step-by-step filing for an uncontested divorce in Ontario, and on. Each of these specific articles links back to your main Divorce in Toronto pillar page. So why does this work so well for AEO and GEO? Because it sends an incredibly powerful signal to AI. You're not just answering one question. You're showing total mastery over an entire legal domain. The AI sees this interconnected web of content and concludes that your firm is a true authority on family law in Toronto. It starts to trust your content as a primary source for its answers, while your competitors have scattered shallow blog posts. You built a formidable, organized library of expertise that AI just can't ignore. And this is how you stop chasing keywords and start building a kingdom. Okay, step 3 is optimizing for AI extraction, or AEO. So once you've built this content kingdom, you need to make it dead simple for the AI to come in, understand everything, and then grab what it needs to feature you in its answers. And this is the technical side of AEO, and it's where you're going to get a massive edge. I want you to think of it as leaving a perfectly organized cheat sheet for the AI so it doesn't have to guess. And here are 3 key parts to it. Okay, so first is structured data. It's also known as schema markup. And this is a special vocabulary of code you add to your website. It doesn't change how your site looks to a human, but explicitly tells search engines what your content is. So, for example, you can use your FAQ page schema to label questions and answers, making it ridiculously easy for an AI to pull them for a people also ask section or an AI overview. You can also use article schema to label the author and their credentials, which is going to boost your EEAT signals, and that's, if you haven't known already by watching my other videos, experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trust. And for a law firm, like, this is gold. You're not just a website. You're an entity with credentialed lawyers providing expert information, and schema is how you prove it. Okay, now second, you're going to format your content for direct answers. AI is looking for concise, clear info to extract. So this means starting your articles with a quick summary style answer to the main question right at the top before you dive into the details. And then you're going to use some clear headings, maybe some bulleted lists. Numbered steps are good too. If your page is about the steps for probating a will in Ontario, for example, you're going to have a numbered list that an AI can easily grab and show to a user. This formatting makes your content citable and dramatically increases your chance of getting featured. And third, and a more advanced but powerful technique, is creating what's called an LLMS.txt file. So this is a simple text file you add to your site, similar to a robots.txt file. And in it, you can provide summaries of your key pages and give AI explicit instructions on how you'd like to use and cite your content. It's like whispering directly into the AI's ear, guiding it to your most important information and making sure you get proper credit. It's an advanced tactic that most of your competitors haven't even started thinking about yet. Now, by implementing these AEO techniques, you're no longer just passively hoping that the AI finds you. You're actively feeding it, structuring your expertise in the language it gets, and then making your content a path of least resistance. Look, I know this can seem a bit technical, but getting these 3 things right is the secret to getting featured by AI. This is what we do here at Numero Uno Web Solutions. You know, just like a law firm has the expertise and know-how to help their clients, we do the same here for all of our law firm clients that want to get more leads from their online efforts. So if you're a lawyer, or if you're part of a boutique law firm in Toronto that's looking to grow online, I want you to let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear more about it and give you some personalized help. Okay, finally, step 4 is hyperlocal dominance. That's winning your Toronto neighborhood. So this is where we get to the heart of the strategy, winning your specific patch of Toronto. The biggest mistake a small firm can make is trying to compete for the entire city. You're trying to rank for personal injury lawyer Toronto, put you head to head with a dozen massive firms with multi-million-dollar budgets. It's a fight you can't win, but you can win personal injury lawyer North York, or real estate lawyer Mimico, or family lawyer in the beaches. This is done through hyperlocal GEO. The goal is to create an undeniable connection in the AI's mind between your law firm and your specific neighborhood. So here's the playbook. First, you're going to create dedicated service pages on your website for the neighborhoods you serve. And I don't want you to just list them on your contact page. You're going to make a full-blown page for North York Criminal Defense Services, for example. On that page, you're going to talk about your experience with cases at the North York Courthouse, mention nearby streets, local landmarks, and the specific legal issues common to that area. This is going to deepen your geographic relevance. Second, and this is really crucial, I want you to link your firm to other local entities. I want you to get listed in neighborhood-specific directories, sponsor a local youth sports team, participate in a community event, and write about it on your site. And for an AI, these are powerful signals connecting your firm to that geographical location. So if you're a real estate lawyer in Leslieville, write a guide to the specific challenges of buying a semi-detached home there and mention the local land registry office. And third, you're going to supercharge your Google business profile for that neighborhood. Your GBP is one of the most powerful data sources for local AI answers. You need to regularly post updates about cases you've handled in the area while protecting client confidentiality, of course. You're going to answer questions that people post on your profile, and most importantly, you're going to get a steady stream of positive reviews from clients who live in that specific neighborhood. So When a review says Jane was the best family lawyer to help me with my case in the West End of Toronto, it sends a massive signal of local authority to the AI. So by building this dense web of hyperlocal signals, you're not just telling the AI you're in North York, for example, but you're proving that you are part of North York. So when someone in that area searches for legal help, the AI will see your firm not just as an option, but as the most logical, relevant choice for that community. Okay, the last two steps I've bundled together, the foundations and the future. It's technical boost and tracking. And these final steps are about making sure that your hard work actually pays off and setting you up for long-term success. And now before I get to them, I want you to remember, please hit the like button for this video. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. So all the brilliant content in the world won't matter if your website is technically a mess. And think of this as the ticket to the game. Without it, you're not even in the stadium. The AI crawlers that scan your site are impatient. You need to ensure that your website has three things locked down. Number one is speed. Your site needs to be fast. We're talking passing Google's core web vitals with flying colors, especially on mobile. Number two, security. Your site must use HTTPS. This is completely non-negotiable. You need to make sure you update your SSL certificate. And number three, mobile friendliness. Like I said, your site has to be flawless and easy to use on a smartphone. And let's face facts, that's where most local searches happen. These are baseline requirements. A slow, insecure site will be ignored by AI, no matter how great the content is. If you don't know how to fix the technical side of your website, you need to contact me immediately. My email is in the description below. And finally, step 6 is measuring and tracking. So just as the game's changed, so is the scoreboard. Stop obsessing over your rank for one specific keyword. In 2026, the metrics that matter are these: AI citations and mentions. Are AI overviews and chatbots mentioning your firm and citing your content? This is the new ranking. Number 2 is Google Business Profile engagement. Are you getting more calls, direction requests, and messages from your GBP? This often grows even if website traffic is flat. And number 3 is branded searches. Are more people searching for your firm's name directly? This is a great sign that your authority and visibility are growing. Track these metrics every month or get your agency to do it for you and send you a summary. That's what we do, by the way. And when you see what's working, which topic clusters get cited, which local pages are driving calls, you double down on it. That's how you scale. You replicate your successes, maybe expanding your hyperlocal strategy to the next neighborhood over, or building a new topic cluster for a secondary practice area. This data-driven approach turns your marketing from a guessing game into a predictable system for growth. Okay, so let's bring it all together. The big downtown law firms are still fighting a war on an old battlefield, pouring money into a game that's essentially already over. They're trying to win a list of 10 blue links that clients are ignoring more and more. You, as a small, agile boutique firm, have the advantage. You can pivot to the new battlefield of AI search. You win by auditing your AI visibility, building stockpiles of topical authority, structuring your content for AI extraction, and absolutely dominating your small patch of Toronto or whatever city that you're in with a hyper-local strategy. You use AI as your co-pilot, ensure your technical foundation is solid, and track the metrics that actually matter today. And this isn't just theory. This is the new playbook. This is how you stop being invisible and become inevitable for your clients and your community. And take my word for it. This is what we're doing right now for all of our clients, and we're seeing it work. Implementing this plan is the key to dominating the Toronto market in 2026, or any market for that matter. But I know that getting started can be the hardest part. So if you want a clear, expert opinion on where your firm stands right now, whether you're here in Toronto or anywhere else in Canada or the United States, and what your biggest opportunities are, I invite you to book a free, no obligation consultation with me. We've worked with various law firms in the GTA and across Canada for real estate law, family law, and more. And we'll analyze your current AI visibility and give you a personalized, actionable roadmap for growth. So I want you to email me today and let's set something up. Once again, my email address is in the description below. Oh, and for more breakthrough advice on how to dominate the new AI-centric world of SEO, I want you to head over here and check out this video.